Time to welcome the Flyers' latest signing. And if the comments online are anything to go by, this one is a popular one. Craig Peacock, welcome to the Five Flyers.
Thank you. Yeah, excited to be here. It's been a whirlwind day or two here. Phone's been blowing up.
I can imagine. So let's have a look at some of these comments. Brian Haldane said, never liked him playing against us, but that's a great signing for the season ahead. Craig is one of these players who gets under your skin and can draw a penalty from nothing. Great skater, knows how to score. What else we got? He's one of these players who annoy you when playing against him. Do you recognize any of that in your playing style?
I mean, I just go out there and try and play, but if they're the things that fans are noticing, I guess whenever you hear people say that you're a pain to play against, it's somewhat a compliment. So I'll take that, the positive reaction, and it's nice to read.
Quite a career you've had as far as the Elite League's concerned, over 600 appearances, 5 seasons with the Clan, 7 seasons with the Giants. So what is it that has attracted you to the Flyers for this season?
Yeah, been in the league quite a long time. Obviously, with the way things ended last season, obviously COVID, cut the season short, and it just changed the landscape for a lot of British guys, I guess maybe. And I had some good chats with Todd kind of earlier on in the summer, and we stayed in touch throughout the summer. Obviously, know Jeff Hutchins a little bit as well. So there's a familiarity there, and just really liked what they had to say, really, and their kind of ideas and plans for what the team's going to look like this upcoming season, how I'm going to fit into that, and also obviously talking with Barry. Barry's one of my good friends, and that's an inside scoop to me, finding out what's going on at Five. Obviously, I've seen it from the other side, but obviously he had great things to say, and it made my decision easier.
And of course, you're a golfer as well, so that kind of helps actually with that kind of sort of foursome.
It does, yeah. I don't know if I'm much of a golfer, but I enjoy getting out there. And yeah, I managed to get out and kind of meet Dukes on a personal level, on the golf course, which was nice, just to kind of to get to know him as a person as well. And he can get to know me as a person too, and see if he liked what he came across and whether it fit into the plans, and it's all come together, and here we are.
Yourself and Barry raised £1,500 for cancer research last year in the golfing challenge. What was that like for somebody who's maybe not a great golfer then?
I'm okay. I wouldn't say I'm not great. Okay. No, yeah, it was great. Barry, obviously, I think he's seen it advertised on Facebook that you could do it. Asked me if I was interested. It was kind of in, we might have been in lockdown, we might not have been. I don't know where it was at that point. But it was something to do and raise money for a good cause. So yeah, we joined in on that, did it, raised a good amount of money. I think we did four rounds in about 12 or 13 hours. So it was tough on the old body, but it was worth it, and it was a good day.
I mean, over the years, you've played under some fantastic coaches, both at the Giants and at the Clan as well. Are there any that have stood out, and what reason have they stood out?
Yeah, I mean, looking back over my career, there's been some great coaches. I remember Doug Christensen, one of my coaches in my earlier years in Belfast. He was a great coach, a lot of attention to detail, but he took the time to get to know his players really well and kind of draw the best out of them. And we had some successful seasons under him. We won a league. I think the year before we came, maybe we were a point away or something like that. So it's kind of look back on it, I'd probably say Doug was one of the better coaches, but they all bring something different. You learn something different from each one. They all have different coaching styles as well. So obviously I'm looking forward to seeing, how Todd and Jeff approach things too. For
quite a few of these seasons, you're wearing the A on your jersey as well. So obviously these coaches are seeing something in you to give you that. Have they ever explained what it is that you're bringing to the team that causes them to do that?
Possibly just because I've been around forever. Nah, I don't know. I think a lot of the time they tended to be team votes. A lot of them, sometimes the coaches do that. I mean, I guess kind of looking at it, my experience in the league is probably something that helps to contribute towards that. I've kind of been around a while. I've seen it all, done it all. And especially when you get kind of new imports and those types of players to this league, it's so much different to anywhere else where they might have played before in terms of, the league's the big prize. So just kind of, someone that's been around and knows what it takes. I like to think, I'm a good guy and get on well with people around the room as well. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's always an honor when, you get to wear a letter on your chest. So I've been privileged to do that for quite a few years.
You earlier this season, you played in the Elite Series for Manchester Storm. What was it like playing in that series, and especially in a series that was, or in teams that were filled with all British players?
Yeah, it was really good. Obviously, when it came about, I kind of put my name forward and hoped I got drafted, and I did. Went with Manchester and Finner, who I worked under at Glasgow. So it was nice to have that, friendly face there, somebody who knew what I was about. And it was great to see so many Brits at it as well. I mean, even kind of the younger guys that stepped up from the league below, and they all kind of showed that given a chance, there's potential there, and with ice time they could maybe come on to be full-time elite league players. And just to be back on the ice as well, obviously it was a bit surreal with kind of no fans and living in a bubble, essentially in a hotel in the rink. That was kind of all we were doing. But I was just so grateful to be back on the ice after kind of 13, 14 months off or whatever it was by that point. So yeah, it was a really enjoyable experience. Went by in an absolute flash. You just start to feel yourself again, and then it ended. So
it's been a long time off the ice, and trying to keep that fitness, a lot of which you can only really get by lacing up the skates. How important was it to be part of that elite series, just to kind of keep that fitness going?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, I mean, no matter what you do kind of off the ice in terms of working in the gym and, on a running track or whatever it might be, it doesn't always quite prepare you for what's to come when you step on the ice for the first time. So obviously, such a long time off the ice, away from the game, it was just nice to be back in that routine of kind of being on the ice every day, remembering, what it feels like, just working on the little things that you haven't been able to do, and just, getting the feel of the puck again, finding your feet again, all those little things. So it was a big plus for me, because it would have been tough, obviously, being off, all the way up until this September and not having kind of anything. Been lucky enough to go skate down in Dumfries recently, since they've kind of got their practices going. So at least I'm kind of continuously on the ice now in the build up to our preseason.
And just finally, you already said you've been around the league for a long time. You've kind of sort of seen it all, done it all. So what's left for you to do? What are you hoping to achieve with Fife?
Yeah, it's a new challenge, and it excites me. I think when you stay at one place for a long time, there's a danger maybe you become a bit stale, maybe become a bit comfortable. So for me, it's a new opportunity. It's a new challenge. I still feel like I've got a few good years left in me yet, where I can prove myself as a player, and I kind of want to come to Fife. And I think over the years my game's developed into more of a two-way type player than maybe just my younger days. It was kind of all about the offense. So I kind of just I want to bring my experience, bring my offensive side of the game, but also the fact that I can play on both ends of the ice, and just embrace the new challenge. It was always fun for me to kind of come and play in Fife. They've always been a tough team to play against. I know that firsthand, obviously, over the years, and the rivalry. So it's going to be exciting to be on that side, and see what kind of team we put together, and hopefully go on a good run. The League Cup playoffs, you just never know what's going to happen, especially after such a long layoff. It maybe levels the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be nice to get cheered onto the ice instead of booed in the old barn.
It's yeah, you know what? It's an intimidating place, and I remember when I first kind of signed for Glasgow or Braehead, they would have been back then, and kind of guys on the team pre-warned you. And obviously, I'd played there with Belfast too, but it wasn't the same, obviously, with that rivalry, and it's intense and it's intimidating for an opposing team. So for me, I'm really looking forward to being on the home side of that, wearing a Flyers jersey and using that energy, which, you know, teams don't enjoy going into that rink to play against them. And that's what makes them so good at home. So I'm looking forward to being a part of that this year.
So just under 2 months until you're on the ice and playing your first competitive match. A lot more teammates to announce along the way. But for now, Craig, we're all looking forward to seeing you in the old barn, and thanks for becoming a Flyer.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm excited, and yeah, can't wait for September. Let's get it going.